Welcome back to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown for a new trailer. That sounds so insane. All about the competitive aspects of the game. You've already seen the trailer. I have not. This is my first time watching it. So, hey, let's watch it together in case you haven't seen it. But basically, we saw previously a cruising trailer. This time, we are going head-to-head for a big old race. And it seems like the Huracan is going to get a beat, right? Right? Huracan muscle. So this is a lobby area. Pretty cool. And wait, we're about to customize a car. No way. We're going to see the car customization. This is going to be sick. So this is the first time we've seen this in actual motion. They've spoken about the car customization and upgrade system before. Livery editor in the game. That's pretty cool. Because wait, the interior, you can... Okay, that's pretty epic. They've gone for like a full chrome. That's less epic. Yeah, I feel about chrome, but I wasn't expecting them to show customization in the competitive trailer. So what it seems like, based on the engine notes, it sounds like they're much more realistic rather than like over the top, like Need for Speed, for example. It's high revving all the time. Interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how people feel about that. Mustang in the bit. Get in the bit. This Corvette's going to wipe out everybody. Watch this. This is pretty good. It's looking good. It's looking good. The extra time they've been taking is really, really showing. This car park looks amazing as well. Oh, sick. Nigeria, I cannot wait to explore this island fully. It's going to be such a place to explore. And they drive on the correct side, don't they? Oh, it's going to be so weird for me because I'm never used to it. There we go. So this is the free roam kind of competitive, like you get in a lot of racing games. You can go head to head against the people in the free roam. My goodness. Smash out that Huracan. Yo, show American power. Power, baby. Absolutely wrecked, mate. Pretty cool. Pretty cool to see the competitive side of things. Now, we do have more details. As usual, they've done an article to go along with it, telling us even more details that we may have missed during the trailer. The competitive experience of Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Now, we got this cool picture here showing both of the factions. I still don't know exactly what side I want to be. I'm leaning streets. But like, I'm quite shocked, right? Anyway, I did a quick skim through the article and there are a few points to mention. So basically, there's going to be clan exclusive rewards, which I love because in Test Drive Unlimited, one of my favorite things was having a club and you could essentially unlock things together, like special cards. I think the Gumper Apollo was in there or something. It states here that you can take part in a few different things to unlock new cars and progress through the game, like taking part in driving challenges, exploring and discovering, finding and completing wrecks, and using free ride instant money. There's also the ability to do the instant challenge like we saw in the trailer. So what's pretty clear is here we're doing a race in the free roam in engine. I'm not even gonna dispute this looks in engine. Pretty obvious. For the first time ever a game says in engine and it might actually be in engine. So they do an actual race and then you see a little bit later in the trailer after that we approach this Lamborghini and do a quick free roam challenge against them. It's essentially a point-to-point race like pretty much every other game you've seen. Now, they also have something called live events. They've got lifestyle battles, hotheads, and high stakes. All of these are slightly different. These are essentially temporary activities that appear each week, and they give you access to exclusive rewards and some big money. Now, the lifestyle battle sounds interesting. We've first got, there's a few here. Instant challenge, win the most challenges. Frantic spender, spend the most money. Maximum gain, gain the most money. And need for frim, which is gain the most solar credits from the free ride instant money. Hotheads is daily time attacks. Then high stakes is actually you get 3 chances to beat it. Interesting. Now this is pretty cool. They go on straight away mention about the transmission types allowed. So you've got front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. They talk about, you know, setting restrictions based on supercar max year 2010 front wheel drive. Is there a front wheel drive supercar? But the fact they're mentioning this already, and this is something that I've been asking for from pretty much every other game, to have these restrictions possible, well, that's great. It just gives you so much more customization and ultimately be able to use vehicles that you wouldn't normally use, which is what we love to do. The types of events are circuit, sprint, time attack, and domination. So domination is a points-based race. They're A to B races, and the player with the most points at the end is the winner. So basically, you get more points from being at first. So it's not quite a you have to hold first position at the end of the race. It's you have to hold first place for the majority of the race. You know what? That's not a bad idea, considering there are some races at last moment, and it would be properly interesting to see how this type of event works. And they talk about they will be adding very popular ones from TDU2, including others, into the post-launch updates. But that's a great offering from the go, because most games today have circuit and sprint, and that's it. They go on to mention the race for the ultimate prize, which is this is the home screen, the home section that we saw in a previous trailer. Basically, it's a league system. So as you progress past level 20 and you do some events and stuff in your favorite cars, you can unlock throughout these competitions different rewards. So you got bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, solar king, and queen is possible. And the solar king and queen also receive an exclusive car at the end of the season. So this is their season system. And again, because it's going to be a live game, it's pretty obvious it's going to be a live game. The reward cars, I'm very interested to see what they're going to be. They haven't said if they're going to be new cars, but it's safe to assume you're going to get some properly tricked out cars. I'm surely, right? If I work that bloody hard. And possibly one of my favorite sections is they talk about the driving assists. ABS, traction control, a race line, and gearbox can be set to semi-automatic or manual. You can also just do the basic of setting it to novice, intermediate, or expert. That will essentially set these things for you. So if you're a novice, I'm sure it's assists all on. But they mentioned previously that they go for like a Simcade style handling. So to see these things is pretty cool. And in the car setup, you actually customize and upgrade the car based on these concrete variables, which is acceleration, top speed, braking, and handling, which just, it makes sense, doesn't it? We saw in the trailer the actual customization section. You can change your driving mode to refine your settings. Each vehicle has a stock preset, and then there's 3 further upgrades among them. You've got sport, trail, dynamic. I want to say that in the French way, dynamique. Off-road, rain, circuit. Hey, you got rain? That's pretty cool. So is there rain tires, circuit, cross country, and relaxed. So you've got a whole bunch of modes. You can see them here that you can apply them. It shows you what happens, like the speed comes down, the agility comes down, the shock absorption comes down, and that's all for the dynamic, but everything changes based on the one you select, which is pretty cool. Let me put an off-road one on a Bugatti. Hey, you were the game that set the precedent that Bugatti is the best off-road vehicle to exist. It's got to be a thing, and if it's not, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. And they also talk about the wrap-up of the player test number 2. They're going on to player test number 3, and you can sign up to it via their website. Highly suggest you do, though I think it's just on PC. It's worth noting. So if you're on console, let's wait a little bit. So once more, a lot of information to be seen. That window is definitely down in that shot, isn't it? Because you can hear that boy up and close and personal. Anyway, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. So what we do know is that it's coming out early next year, which surely means we're going to start to see more and more of this game. That tends to be how it works. But the workshop, seeing the workshop in action, seeing how the customization works, seeing the multiplayers everywhere, they've really done a good job of starting to put these trailers together to really demonstrate how the game properly is. So the performance and cosmetic, once again, let's have a look. Different parts you can upgrade and customize. You've got the ability to change and turn off and on the stability and traction control kind of settings. You've got the livery editor. It's got a projection mode, which I'm guessing projecting so you can overlay Anyway, I really hope there's a lot of things like sharing designs and stuff, because again, for people like myself, they're not particularly great at that. That would be nice to see. And again, clearly sliding, pretty cool. Not really laying any tire marks from what it seems, but I mean, ultimately it has rained, so it's super easy drift mode. That's the usual case right there. And then when it's dry, there you go. See? Hey, that's a really cool detail. I like that. So maybe reduced or non-existent tire marks when it is raining. I wonder how long it took them to do that. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. I'm curious to see. This is a new game. I know, obviously, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, it's carrying on a name from a previous kind of developer, but this is a whole new title created from the actual ground up. Maybe using some of the rally physics they used on creating WRC, but a lot more ground up than Forza Motorsport. So I'm curious to see how we get that all-wheel drive Huracan launch is kind of mental. I feel like I'm just gonna all-wheel drive the whole thing. It's gonna be super smooth, but top speed clearly is on side of the rear-wheel drive boy right here. Absolutely dominated. It's a pretty cool trailer, as I said, off the back of the Cruise trailer. And if you didn't see the Cruise trailer, well, you should check that out. It's very good.